In this video, I want to be giving 5 tips on how to make a YouTube channel in 2022. And some of the mistakes to avoid, some of the things that I go through, and this is going to be an honest account of essentially what goes on behind the scenes. All right, so real quick, the first tip I'm going to tell you is that there is no perfect niche. What I mean by that is if you look at my own history from the very beginning, it's all over the place. You're talking about Gmail verification, review of different software. You have a screen recording software. You got text to speech. You got another VidChopper review, and it's pretty much all over the place. And what I mean by that is, in the beginning, I wanted to do something about digital nomad information or how to become a digital nomad. Maybe whether it would be blogging, maybe it'd be starting a website. Maybe it's this and that. I wasn't quite sure, but I wanted to just explore different things and maybe even products, different digital products that are available. So that's what I did. I started with Gmail, different product reviews, and eventually what stuck was, text to speech and AI. And that's what I've been doing. Now, occasionally I also still do YouTube tips, and that's because this is more personal because when I was starting out, there was just a lot of hype. There was a lot of stuff that, I would say just unrealistic expectation or unrealistic clickbait out there. So the very first tip is there's no perfect niche. You can choose the topic, and that's what you should do, but your audience will choose your niche for you, if that makes sense. Okay, they'll tell you what they like, and then you just double down from there. So that's the first tip. Hey, I've been getting a lot of questions again. I've mentioned in another video how to make money with YouTube using AI tools to automate my channel and to save time while building traffic. So hey, if you're interested in how to make money with YouTube using AI tools to automate a lot of your work and to build traffic, I'll put a link in the description and it will take you to the course where you can see how I do that. It's just there for people who are interested. So let's get on with the video. All right, don't overthink it, just get started. Right? And then the more information you have, the better you can hone in on what niche or what area you should double down on. All right, so the second tip is don't give up. All right, so this is me way back in the day and December 31st. All right, so if you were to go back to December 31st, 2020, basically it's January. I consider it January 1st, 2021 because that's when I created it where I'm at, but because Google uses U.S. time and different time zone, they credit it as December 31st, 2020. All right, so this is my wonderful views at the beginning. All right, 5, 4, 3, 5, 9. Wonderful, wonderful. I was just rolling into traffic when I first started, and I mean that with the highest amount of sarcasm. And this is the thing that people this would crush the souls of many people starting because this is not what they expect. If you were to go on YouTube and you were to go and check, how to start a YouTube channel, there's a lot of information out there that shows you how to make money or how to be successful on YouTube with 3 clicks or buying XYZ software or within 2 weeks get monetized or whatever. And, it sounds great, right? And it's a wonderful fantasy, but the reality is you have to kind of grind it out. I mean, it's not your fault that you kind of have these unrealistic expectations because that's what YouTube has, right? Look at monetization, right? So get monetized on YouTube fast. All right, let's just type that in and see what comes up. All right, in 10 days, 40,000 watch hours in 10 days. All right. And then get monetized on YouTube fast. It's easy. Just follow these 3 steps. Some of them are legit, but look, monetize in 7 days, monetize in 27 days, monetize in 6 weeks. As you can see, it goes progressively shorter and shorter. So this is 90 days. All right. This is 5 minutes. This is 6 weeks, and then goes to 27 days, 7 days, and then the higher you go up, 10 days. All right. So what I'm trying to say is it's because of these videos that people have unrealistic expectations about how long it takes to get monetized. And the truth of the matter, if you're looking at the data, right, my data, is unless you're extremely lucky, It takes you about a year, right? It took me about a year. And that's the norm, right? I'm a normie. Right? And I want to show you the normal results, not some celebrity status, not someone who got lucky. I want you to manage your expectations and realize that it will take you about a year. And if you think about it, it makes sense. If you go to a job and you're starting out, you're going to be starting out as the entry level job, and you don't expect to be a boss within 7 days or 20 days, unless something crazy happens. You expect to grind it out for a year or two and then get promoted, right? So if that's the way things work offline and in the real world, why would it be any different online, right? So this is the reality of the situation. Most people give up right around here, right? And because they get crushed by the wonderful amount of traffic. But if you persist and if you keep going, you'll eventually be able to overcome that roadblock and move up. All right, so don't give up. That's the second rule. The third tip that you should follow if you're making a YouTube channel in 2022 is to not follow the whales. What I mean by that, so if you follow this, if you look at this, let's just use this one right here, Mr. 18. He has 116K subscribers. All right, so let's say I wanted to copy whatever he said. All right, so I'm gonna look at his tags. All right. How to get monetized, and let's say I go ahead and I copy this and I go ahead and try to rank for this. There is no way I'm going to be able to rank for this because I don't have the subscriber and amount of traffic that this person's pulling. Right? This person has, let me see, he has 116K subscribers. All right, and that's how you can instantly inject all these likes, all this engagement, all these comments right here. And who knows if he has a list or he have his own personal traffic stored somewhere, right? They don't tell you that. Right? That's why he can rank for these terms, he or she or whatever these channels. So don't follow the whales. They'll tell you, oh, it's easy, just do this, this, and this, and it might work for them, because that's what they claim. It worked for me. You should follow it. No. You should follow someone who's very close to where you are. So what I mean by that is, let's say I am starting out, and let's say I wanted to start on make money online. All right, so I'm gonna go and start with someone who has maybe 1 to 5K subscribers. All right. So this is too much for me. That's too much for me. But I'm gonna find a channel that has. That's a lot. That's way too much. I'm gonna find a channel that has 1 or 2, 1 to 5K subscribers if I'm starting out. And the reason why is because whatever they have, I can have. I can aim for. So let me give you an example. My field is AI. So let me type in LearnWire. All right, so when I started out with 0 subscribers and 0 everything, let me see if I can find his channel real quick. Hold on. Okay, here it is. This person has 2.39K subscribers. This is the type of. Oops, sorry.
Welcome back to LearnWire.
This is what I mean. I give you the advice that I follow. It's not just me giving you theory that doesn't work. This is me giving you the blood, sweat, and tear lessons that I learned. Right? I follow the whales because I'm like, my logic was, hey, these people are successful. They make $1 million, zillion dollars. I should follow what they're doing so I could do the same. And unfortunately, I crashed and burned because I then realized, it took me a while to realize it, I can't rank for their terms. I don't have the subscribers. I don't have the engagement, the comments, the likes. So YouTube's not going to rank me for the keywords that they have. However, when I went to go and look for and try to emulate the channels that were a little bit above me where I wanted to be, such as someone who has 2.3, 3, 4, 5K subscribers, somewhere around there when I'm starting out, I learned I could rank for their terms. And whatever advice they gave me was it works for me because they're not like a whale. Right? What they do works for me. So I learned things like how to get monetized by small channels. I learned things like what tools they use. Right? Because the way you rank for terms and the way you rank and you advertise for your channel when you're a small channel is a lot different than when you're going to do it for a big channel, right? You don't have the money that they do, so you have to be smart about your resources. So what I want to really stress this out: don't follow the whales, follow the channels that is small, so you can learn from them. And then once you learn and you surpass them, find a bigger whale, a slightly not a bigger whale, but a slightly bigger channel, and do the same. Right? Don't overshoot your goals. All right, so the third, I guess the third tip I want to give you, and this is kind of going with my advice, is paid advertisements. So let me just show you this real quick. All right, so I'm currently doing paid advertisements, and when it comes to paid advertisements, what I want to say is don't start it without having any kind of experience. I'm just starting now because I have a lot of information. But when you're starting out, you have no information. You don't know what videos are trending, what your audience likes. You don't know, you don't know a lot of things. So once you have the information, I'd say about a year and a half, depending on your channel, you can go ahead and start with paid advertisement. But don't do it right away because you can easily burn money. Easily burn money that you can't afford when you're first starting out. All right, so don't do it. Wait until you get the information, and then from there, do a little bit of testing. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm still in the testing phase. So when things get better, or as I get more, better progress with this, I will let you know and keep you posted on this. All right. So let's continue. Let me move on to the tools. All right. This is the fourth tip. Let's see. This is the fifth tip. Sorry. Don't go cheap on important tools. All right. So this is me being cheap. This is what being cheap is. This is my logic. I mean, let me explain why I didn't use any tools. Number one, when I first started off, I was kind of jaded. I bought a lot of courses and tools on JVZoo, Warrior Plus, and ClickBank, and they all promised to show me how to make money, and none of them worked. So I decided, screw it. I'm just going to do my own thing and see how far I can go on my own, with no guru, no advice, no course, no software, no nothing. But because I was jaded, I didn't want to buy any tools. I'm like, nope, I'm not buying anything. I'm just going to do this, Rambo style, and I'm going to just go the free route. And this is the traffic that I started to get. And then I'm like, nah, I think I should start investing in at least one paid tool. So I started investing in Canva Pro to do better thumbnails. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I should, invest in video, using AI software to help me create my videos better. Or maybe I should use, text-to-speech software to help me edit some of my maybe clone my own voice or edit my own voice, or maybe text-to-speech, AI editing. All right, so I started playing around with different tools. That's why you can see it go up and then down and up again, because it's a lot of trial and error. And eventually, let me show you the lifetime. Eventually, once you have enough up and down, this is a paid advertisement I tested. It was a bit wonky, so I didn't like it. So I just went back to my normal organic traffic. All right, so eventually, over time, you could see it looks like kind of a step. Right? It's ups and downs, ups and downs. It's not a straight line like a lot of people would have you believe. So I want to let you know that when it comes down to your YouTube channel, I know a lot of you don't want to buy any tools, but there are certain tools that you really should buy, and you shouldn't go cheap on. One of them is a keyword research tool. That's very important. And if you want to know more about keyword research and how to use AI tools to start your channel, or a small channel like mine, you can go ahead and check out the link in the description below. And the last thing is to pace yourself and avoid burnout. Right? You're going to be doing this for the long run, and I don't want you to get burned out. So just remember that this is just about a year and a half. All right, so this is the long game that you're playing, and you should pace yourself in a way that you should not get burnt out. So those are my tips from a small YouTube content creator that started with zero and who's a complete normie. All right, I had to learn everything from thumbnail creation to description to tags to hashtags to everything, literally everything. I was caveman when I started. So I know a lot of people who are young and and who are really tech savvy. Really, all you need to do is just be stubborn, be consistent, use the right tools, and if you want to know more, you can go ahead and check out my course in the description. I hope this tip was helpful, and if it was, could you please hit the like button? I'm Vince from Digital Nomad, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.